Welcome. This video is a slideshow presentation from the Unicon series of informational slideshows. This presentation provides a demonstration of the Unicon automated conversion process for both data and code components that is typically performed as part of a Unicon component conversion platform migration project. The conversion examples are taken from an IBM mainframe and comprise converting a VSAM index data file to a SQL Server table, a batch COBOL program to a Visual COBOL program, a CICS online COBOL program to a Visual COBOL program, and a BMS map to an ASPX web form. If the examples had been taken from a Unisys ClearPath mainframe, an ICL VME mainframe, or a Bull GCOS mainframe, the conversion process would be identical. The only difference being that the Unicon converters performing each conversion task will be specific to the type of mainframe being converted. The VSAM index file is the customer master file, custmate. The two programs provide for the maintenance of the records on this file. The batch program reads a flat file that contains the data to insert new records into the custom master file and to update or delete existing records. The CICS online program uses the BMS map to display the contents of a requested record from the custom master file and provides for the entry of data to insert new records into the file and for the modifying or deleting of existing records on the file. So let us first look at the conversion of the data file. The custmate VSAM index file is to be migrated to become a SQL Server table. This is the record format for the records in the customer master file. The index key is the cust account field. The data migration process requires 3 items to be automatically generated for each file to be migrated. A program to convert the IBM EBCDIC records to ASCII records, a script to create the new table, a program to load the ASCII records into the new table. Each of these are automatically generated by 3 Unicon code generators. These Unicon code generators are batch programs that will process hundreds of VSAM files in one run, or they can be run to process only 1 or 2 specified files. The EBCDIC to ASCII generator reads the record definition copybook files in the specified IBM copybook directory and automatically creates the EBCDIC to ASCII conversion programs in the specified conversion program directory. The generator also provides the option of specifying that only specific files are to be processed. The table create script generator reads the record definition copybook files in the specified copybook directory and automatically creates the create table SQL scripts in the specified SQL script directory. The generator also provides the option of specifying that only specific files are to be processed. The data loader generator reads the record definition copybook files in the specified copybook directory and automatically creates the data loader migration programs in the specified load programs directory. The generator also provides the option of specifying that only specific files are to be processed. The result of running these 3 generators is that we have created an EBCDIC to ASCII conversion program, a table create script, and a data load program for each VSAM file that is to be migrated to a SQL Server table. The process of migrating the VSAM files to a SQL Server table is then a process of running 5 tasks, 2 on the IBM and 3 on Windows. On the IBM, the data in the VSAM file is unloaded to a flat file. The EBCDIC flat file is FTP'd in binary mode to Windows. On Windows, the EBCDIC to ASCII converter program is run to convert the EBCDIC data file to an ASCII data file. The create table script is run to create the new SQL Server table. The data loader program is run to load the data in the ASCII file into the new SQL Server table. The data that was in the VSAM index file is now in the new SQL Server table. So let's go into the SQL Server Management Studio to view it. First, select the database option. Then select the required database, which in our case is CICS test. Select the tables option and select the new migrated table, customate. Clicking on the columns option will display the columns in the new table. They are exactly the same fields that were in the VSAM file records, but they are now columns in the new table rows. Note that the columns are all defined in the appropriate SQL Server data types. By clicking on the Customate Table option again and selecting the Select Top 1000 Rows option in the drop-down menu, the data in these rows and columns will be displayed. All the data columns are correctly formatted and easily readable, including the numeric fields that were specified as COMP3 fields in the original VSAM file record. This is a normal SQL Server table. The data was displayed by executing a normal SQL select statement. We could alter that statement to select only those customers that are 60 days overdue, or have transacted more than $10,000 this year to date, or are in the state of Maine. And the listings could be sorted in whatever order is required. The data can be reported by using any SQL Server utility, such as SQL Server Reporting or Crystal Reports. The data that was encapsulated inside the original IBM VSAM file is now readily available information. So let's look at the conversion of the source code. The conversion of the source code requires three converters. A converter to convert the batch COBOL programs to visual COBOL programs. A converter to convert the CICS online COBOL programs to visual COBOL programs. And a converter to convert the BMS maps to ASPX web forms. The IBM batch COBOL program defines the input flat file, the VSAM index customer master file, and contains the logic to read the input file and update the customer master file. The IBM CICS program contains the logic to handle the BMS maps with exec CICS send and receive statements, and to update the customer VSAM index file with exec CSS read, write, rewrite, and delete statements. The BMS map defines the formatting of the screen. The batch COBOL converter reads the IBM batch COBOL source program files in the specified IBM COBOL source directory, and the copybooks in the specified IBM copybook source directory. And it automatically creates the converted visual COBOL programs in the specified Windows COBOL source directory. The converter also provides the option of specifying that only specific files are to be processed. The CICS program converter reads the CICS COBOL source program files in the specified IBM COBOL source directory and the copybooks in the specified IBM copybook source directory. And it automatically creates the converted online visual COBOL programs in the specified Windows COBOL source directory. The converter also provides the option of specifying that only specific files are to be processed. The CICS BMS maps converter reads the BMS map source files in the specified CICS BMS map source directory and automatically creates the ASPX web forms source files in the specified Windows web forms source directory. The converter also provides the option of specifying that only specific files are to be processed. This is how the CICS custom main screen looks like on the IBM. A Microsoft Visual Studio solution was created to compile and run the converted web form screen and online visual COBOL program. So let's go into this Visual Studio solution to see the converted online program and ASPX web form screen running in Windows. On the initial screen, we enter the transaction code 0001 to call the CustomHC program. CustomHC displays a screen to ask for the account number of the customer file record to be displayed. Note that the text fields and the data entry fields are displayed on the screen in the same positions they were displayed in the CICS screen. But the entry fields are now displayed as .NET text boxes. As on the CICS screen, only the account number text box will allow entry of data. The other text box fields are protected. Text box fields that allow entry, that is, unprotected fields, are displayed with a white background, and protected fields are displayed with a gray background. The account number text box is displayed with a yellow background because it contains the cursor and is therefore the active entry box. When we enter 00000001 into the account number text box and press enter, the CustomHC program will read the specified account record from the CustomHC SQL table and display the data. Note that all the text boxes are now all protected, and the screen is asking what the user would like to do: modify the data, delete the record from the table, or enter a new account number. We will press enter to ask for a new account number. The screen now asks for the entry of the new account number. When we enter 00000002 and press enter, the data from this account is displayed. This time we will press function key 2 to allow the data to be updated. All the text boxes except the account number are now unprotected. The cursor is in the name text box, so that text box has a yellow background. All the other unprotected text boxes have a white background. The tab, back tab, up arrow, and down arrow keys can be used to move between the unprotected fields. The mouse could also be used to click on the text box to become the active text box and move the cursor to that box. The fields can be modified as required. Let's add the suite number to the address, and pressing enter, we'll update the record on the SQL Server table with the new data. So when we once again enter the account number 00000002 and press enter, we will see that the data has successfully changed in the table. The new web form screens display the same text and data that were displayed in the original CICS screens, and the navigation of the fields within the screens and the navigation between screens is the same. So let's have a look at the contents of this Visual Studio solution. This is the Microsoft Visual Studio solution that was created to compile and run the converted web form screen and Visual COBOL program. This is the web form. And this is the online Visual COBOL program. The new SQL table is accessed by ADO.NET SQL statements. This is the update statement. Thank you for viewing this video. I hope it has been useful. If you would like to see any of the other Unicon informational videos, please contact us and tell us which subject or subjects you would like to see.